Friends, as you know, that in the year 1950, on this very particular day, the India became the Republic from India, Ganaprajatantri Bharatvarsha. But today we see India has not yet been fulfilled her mission as Sri Aurobindo thought of the motherland. Therefore, today we must discuss about our Republic of India, as we all know today. Let us start the discussion. The Republic of India is not merely a constitutional arrangement born on a specific date. It is the outward expression of a nation's inner consciousness. Actually, to understand its true condition, one must look beyond its legal frameworks and administrative efficiency and examine whether the Republic reflects the soul of India itself. And this is where Sri Aurobindo's political and spiritual vision becomes profoundly relevant today. For Sri Aurobindo, the state was never a mechanical institution. Please remember, it was a living organism shaped by the collective consciousness of the people. Long ago, he warned that political systems borrowed wholesale from the West, however it can be efficient, they might appear to us, would remain incomplete if they were not aligned with the spiritual temperament of the nation adopting them. India, actually he believed, could not be governed by mere through rational laws and institutional procedures. It required deep harmony between governance and consciousness. India actually chose to become a secular democratic republic largely modeled on Western liberal democracy. Sri Aurobindo was not opposed to democracy as such, but he was deeply critical of its mechanical application, as we have already experiencing of its flaws, demerits. He cautioned, therefore, that when democracy becomes a system driven purely by numbers, detached from wisdom and ethical maturity, without spiritual knowledge and experience, it degenerates into rule by ignorance rather than rule by the people. In such a condition, popular opinion is easily swayed by emotion, propaganda, and short-term interests, while long-term national vision disappears, as we see now. One of the central problems of the Indian Republic, when viewed through Sri Aurobindo's lens, is the disjunction between rights and duties. The Constitution actually powerfully articulates individual rights, of course, but the inner discipline and moral responsibility required to sustain those rights have weakened. As we see today, laws exist, institutions function, yet corruption, moral compromise, and erosion of public trust persist everywhere. This is not merely an administrative failure, it is a crisis of the consciousness of the nation as a whole, that is, lack of true consciousness in people. Sri Aurobindo's understanding of secularism was almost fundamentally different from the modern interpretation. He did not advocate a theocratic state, but neither did he accept a spirituality neutral or value empty state. For him, India's genius lay in a spiritual pluralism, an inner recognition of the unity behind diverse paths. Actually, state that denies its spiritual foundation, he warned, risks becoming morally hollow. When religion is reduced entirely to the private sphere, ethical restraint, self-sacrifice, and higher ideals gradually disappear from public life, leaving politics vulnerable to power struggles and opportunism. Here, another major concern is the absence of a higher national aim. Here, Sri Aurobindo repeatedly emphasized that India's role in the world was not confined to economic growth or geopolitical strength only. Her deeper mission was to contribute to the spiritual evolution of humanity, from thinking animal to man to higher species, having its full spiritual consciousness. Yet, the Republic today largely defines success through GDP, infrastructure, global rankings, and technological advancement. Although development has increased, but meaning has diminished. Prosperity has grown, but inner coherence has weakened. Here we can see that education, which Sri Aurobindo regarded as the foundation of national regeneration, which reflects this crisis sharply everywhere today. He defined education as the drawing out of the best within the human being. But in contrast, the modern system largely produces skilled professionals rather than integrated human beings. Intelligence is cultivated, but wisdom is neglected. Competence is rewarded, but character is optional. A republic built on such education inevitably produces efficient systems but fragile values, as we see now everywhere. Therefore, Sri Aurobindo did not propose a rigid political blueprint or an alternative constitution. His approach was evolutionary rather than revolutionary. He believed that political institutions must grow organically alongside the moral and spiritual maturity of society. Leadership, in his view, must be grounded not merely in strategy and popularity, but in inner discipline, clarity of vision, and ethical strength. The true republic, therefore, is not governed solely by laws and procedures, but one guided by consciousness, spiritual consciousness, of course. Without an inner transformation of individuals and leaders alike, even the most well-crafted constitution, which was made in the year 1950, we may so today, becomes a hollow shell, as we see now. From Sri Aurobindo's perspective, therefore, the Indian Republic has achieved structural success but remains inwardly incomplete until the state reconnects its external governance with India's inner civilizational soul, until power is tempered by wisdom and progress by purpose. The Republic will endure, but India's larger spiritual mission will remain unfulfilled, as we see today everywhere. Therefore, the remedy lies in the vision of Sri Aurobindo of India towards the future, to lead the world. As we may say, India is the spiritual guru of the world in the coming. We hope so. Vande Mataram.